I'm curious, have you noticed differences from working in government or working in the Secret Service world versus, I guess, working in the civilian world afterwards and how people act and interact?
Oh yeah.
What's the difference between the government world versus civilian world?
Well, I can't say government because it's a big word, you know. I can say U.S. Secret Service because everyone's
cool.
right. But like, I'll give you an example. If a special agent said to me, Evie, I'll call you tomorrow at 9, they called me tomorrow at 9. If a special agent was like, I'll meet you there at 9, they were there at 8:50. Or in the civilian world, it's like, I forgot. I went by Starbucks. You know, I overslept. Like, you showed up. Like, you showed up. And also, there was a lot less personal stuff. Like, you didn't bring your baggage with you everywhere you went.
Really?
You burden other people. It's okay to go to people for guidance once in a while, but it's also how much are you taking from people? So if I come in with all my problems to work, you're just like, I don't want to stand next to her. I'm going to get one right in the head because she's going to be thinking about, you got to be on the ball. So you got to perform. Also, like, sick leave did not exist. You never called out sick, at least on the president's detail. You never called out sick. Sick leave was something you scheduled. So if you were sick, you showed up either sick to the White House and maybe they would send you home.
Wow.
Or you were in the hospital.
Right.
You could not call out sick because if I called out sick, the whole system or structure that was created would collapse. Just one player not there, so you showed up. So in the civilian world, not everybody shows up. So you choose who you're gonna be. You could look at other people that are like, but they do that. I don't care about them.
Yeah.
Like, it's always like, what's your integrity? What's your character? You show people who you are. So when people know that you're the person who's gonna show up, it's actually competence. When they know you're gonna be there, you're reliable, you're consistent, you do what you're going to say you're going to do. That is huge. People today, Louis, call me up and they tell me all sorts of stuff. I have people come to me and if I need something, people always deliver. And I was thinking about this. I'm like, how come, why is that? Why is it that if I have somebody call me, my phone rings? Or if I call someone, they answer on the first ring? And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, because I brought that integrity and ethos with me. And they're like, I know she will come through. And I think that's kind of the difference from the civilian world. Not everybody's like that, but those are the differences I see.
How do you navigate it then, you know, being in the, I guess, the public world more rather than the private world where you're getting pulled in a lot of directions, you're building your business, your brands, you have opportunities left and right, people are trying to, you know, whatever, get something from you or help you or say they're going to help you, but then they don't deliver. How do you navigate that emotionally or mentally in this kind of world more?
You have to be careful. Like, I'm always discernment. Discernment, like turn that brain on and really think and listen to what people tell you. I don't even want to say turn that brain off. It's just like listen. Look at, you know, Odysseus, the ancient Greek saying, look at your opponent. It will tell you everything you need to know. Don't listen. Look at them. When I say look, like look at what they show you. And everybody, here's the thing, everybody in pursuit of their self-interest, right? It's not always going to be in alignment with what you want. They want this, but it might not be to my best interest. So you have to look at what they're selling you, what they want from you, what they're asking of you, whether you want to give them that or not. You don't just always have to give. You want to have that discernment. Make good choices. You're going to make bad ones or make mistakes sometimes. It's okay. And at the same time, don't be afraid to make mistakes. But I navigate carefully because you're right, and again, I was listening backstage, you know, as you move up, as you've done well, it's like, hey, Louis, remember me from middle school? You know, and I'll get, you know, messages sometimes. I got a message from a girl that bullied me. Like, hey, Evie, oh my God, remember me? We used to go to school together. Like, on social media, I'm like, this person? You know, she's remembering like rainbows and unicorns, and I'm like,
right.
do you remember what you did to me, right? Those things will happen. But going back to originally what you asked me, the key is this. We don't bend the world to us. We don't make people adapt to us. We become adaptable to the world. So when I shift with who I have in front of me. This is not manipulation, and this is not me pretending to be something I'm not. I look at the human being I have, I look at the behavior, and I adapt to them and to their world. I don't make people come to me.
Really?
No, because that's rigidity, and then I'm gonna have problems. That's the mindset, well, I'm just gonna show up, I'm gonna be me, and you know, whoever likes it. Good luck with that.
And if they don't accept me at my
if they
worst,
don't?
they don't deserve me at my best, that type of saying, right?
Yeah, it's like, who do I have in front of me? Also, who is this person? What do they need from me? Sometimes you may have to work or do business with someone you don't like. You may not have a choice. That's okay, but then you adapt your behavior to fit that situation. That's what I mean by adapt. What's the environment I'm in, and what version of myself do I need to bring to be successful in this environment? Some people, you have to be careful. Some people, you shouldn't share so much. Some people, you can be open with. Some people, you can go to share a problem. Some people, you cannot. You adapt to the world, and you will do great. It was the same thing that I learned when I did interviewing or when I dealt with the public. If I had somebody highly emotional, okay, I knew that I would have to like pull back on the Secret Service persona and bring more of Evie in the room. You know, I would look at them, like there was this young woman who, you talked about, you know, sexual assaults against children. Sadly, I worked many of those cases. There's so many out there, and it's just such a prolific problem, and it's just not talked about. But I would work so many cases where I would have to talk to offenders, and sometimes I would have to see who do I have in the room. One case, I had a nanny, and she had done something to an infant, and there was a fracture in the infant's arm, and they suspected the nanny. State police interviews her multiple times. They're like, nanny's gonna give you nothing. And the state police actually called U.S. Secret Service and said, look, we think she did it. Maybe the dad, can you send an agent up? And so I would go out to help with these difficult cases. And in fact, they were like, we're not sure if it's the nanny. We're not sure if it's the dad. So I remember, I was like, send me their statements, because they gave written statements. And I read the statements, and after I read the nanny statement, I'm like, I want the nanny, it's not the dad. So I sit with the nanny. It's this young woman, single mom, overworked, 2 kids of her own. She's trying to show up to do babysitting, to make a living. She's sitting in my chair, and she's like this, and she's talking to me like this. And I mean, this girl looks broke. I mean, broke. In so many ways. So I can't come in like, hi, I'm Special Agent so-and-so, good to meet you, have a seat. Hi, I'm Evie. How are you? Can I get you something? Do you want something to eat? Do you want something to drink? Please sit down. And she had a softer tone. I brought in my softer tone. That's what I mean by adaptability. It was still me, but it was the version of me she needed to get through that interview. I also needed to know what she did or didn't do. So she had been interviewed 4 times by state police, gave nothing. Hour and a half, I had a confession. Wow. I didn't even have to polygraph her. So people will reveal more and adapt to you more if you're willing to adapt to them. Let go of your ego a bit. Stop flexing. We don't need to flex so much.
Is it more of the questions in which you ask or the energy in which you bring the questions that gets someone to reveal the truth about something they're holding back?
It is both. It is both. Actually, it's probably less of you asking questions and more of you shutting up. Shut up. It's like my ethos. When you talk a lot, you do not allow other people to reveal themselves to you. I don't like to talk. I know I'm on stage and I know I'm doing the talking with Louis, but in reality, I am that person who's just like, tell me about yourself, because I don't want to talk about myself. Ask people questions, drop a question, and go quiet. Let them reveal themselves to you. If you want to know how to read people, and if you want to know to gauge who's trustworthy, who's not, who's reliable, let them show you. But if you're jabbering away, you're not going to see it.
Thank you for watching this video. If you want more inspiring clips like this, make sure to click right here to subscribe and click right here to watch that next video that is specific to support you in your life.